Gavin. Maybe you can hear him. Wow. We will be going through the Week 12 games. No power rankings again because it's midnight. I've been streaming for about... This can probably gonna be like hour 8 and 8 here. I've lost it, man. There's nothing left up there. You want the Bucks Colts line or the Jets Texans line? We're gonna start off with the recap here. I can't even. All right, go ahead. I actually did see quite a bit of this game. Just for a preface for later on, if the Colts had won this game, my defensive player of the week for the AFC would have been Isaiah Rodgers. Not only because he had a pick, but because he also had that return at the end of the game. I was getting home when that happened. It was like on the screen when I walked in. So that was interesting. They shut down Jonathan Taylor. You know, if you had told me the score to this game was like 17-10, I would have believed you. But 38-31, and you'd be like, how did the Colts ever get that high? And how did Tom Brady not throw enough picks to let it get that high? He's slowly evolving into Jameis Winston. He's lofting those babies. He's like was he averaging like 2 per game in the last like 5 games? He's like, oh wait, I'm in Tampa. I'm not supposed to be good. I have to follow the legacy of Josh Freeman, Jameis Winston, Ryan Fitzpatrick. There's someone else in there. He was in there. Speaking of terrible quarterback play, we have the Jets and the Texans. Now, the Jets won this game. John Myers had, was it 2 TFLs or 2 sacks and an interception? I don't remember. I think it was 2 sacks and an interception. But the only real story besides that one coming out of this game is that Zach Wilson threw a butt interception. His running back is facing the wrong direction. It looked like he's about to scramble. Pitches it to his running back. It hits him in the bum, and it's picked off. The most Jets play ever. Zach Wilson has been really, really bad. I don't even think Patrick Mahomes can make that, like, okay, I don't even think Aaron Rodgers can make that team have a winning record. That's just how dysfunctional they are. Especially without Michael Carter and stuff, you know? Yikers. Anyway. The Jets won this game. Congratulations, you're the best terrible team to beat the Titans. That's your award for the week, everyone. Speaking of 2 terrible teams, the Giants and the Eagles. Do you know anything about this game? I know quite a bit. So, I don't know quite a bit. I know enough, probably, if you can't handle it. A lot of them in the red zone, too. The fact that the Giants had as many turnovers as they did and still only scored 13 points. Like, damn, these teams suck. Saquon sucks. Like, the announcers were like, that's remnant of old Saquon when he had like a 20-yard run and then he finished with like 40 yards on the day. Yeah, I don't think he's as good now that people realize that you just have to take, like, pretty much to stop Saquon, you just play run contain to the outside because he refuses to run up the middle. You'll run goal line, but on the edge. You split your defenders, and then you just have a safety stand in the middle of the field. Yeah, just in case he decides to be like, oh, and then cuts it back directly into the unblocked safety, because the Giants O-line probably wouldn't block the one safety anyway. Speaking of teams with an O-line that can't block, we have the Dolphins, who blew out the Panthers. Tua looked phenomenal. He really, ever since being told pretty much that he might be getting traded for Deshaun Watson, he's been really, really good. And Cam Newton was really, really bad. He was unbelievably bad. He threw 2 interceptions, completing 4 or 5 passes on the game. With a cute... He was injured that season, I think. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Cam Newton gave up on running the ball and decided that throwing the ball was his best option. He got Christian McCaffrey hurt again. He didn't do it, but... God... Sorry. He's also on my fantasy team. Yeah, I could get to a segment of Greg's injured player of the week. Because once per week, I have a starter that goes in IR. It's happened every week for the past, like, 5 weeks. Because, let's see. I'm just gonna, I know this is, like, off topic. But in sequence, I had McCaffrey. And then going back one, I had A.J. Brown. Julio was way back when. And then going back one, I had Amari Cooper. And then back one, I had Michael Carter. And then I guess the next one after that would be Derrick Henry. And then before that, it would be Julio Jones. Yeah. And then I had to cut him because I needed more IR slots. And I'm down bad. Just like the entire Panthers organization right now. The Dolphins might be able to steal a playoff spot if the Bills keep playing as like they do. I know they blew up the Saints, but... The Dolphins, weirdly enough, are one of the healthiest teams in the league, and they're not even that healthy. Yeah. Now, can the Titans get to 10-7? I don't know, because they got destroyed by the Patriots. They kept it close in the first half. They had 200-yard rushers, which you think be like that's perfect for Tennessee. Well, they each fumbled at least once. I believe, was it Hilliard that fumbled twice? Tannehill threw a pick, and Hill fumbled once. That Kendrick Bourne went God mode on the Titans. Like mossing Kevin Byard, like literally caught the ball and his hand. Like that's impressive. Mac Jones didn't really have to do much. They tried to force Johnny Smith to have a revenge game, but yeah, he was all right. But Hilliard and Foreman each went over 100 yards. They both fumbled. The turnovers are really what killed the Titans, and the fact that they don't have any offensive starters left. Or linebackers, or edge rushers, or corner. You know, actually, I think the Titans might just be the Jets with a team that should be good. That's what I'm gonna describe the Titans as. A team that's coached really well, but with a terrible roster as of right now. Yeah, pretty much. But the Patriots blew them out. It was close in the first half. Hilliard had a big run. Good for him. Welcome from... Okay, so... Tannehill... At least Goff has Hawkinson, maybe. Tannehill... Who's his best receiver right now? Michael Pruitt? Jeff Swaim? Like, in Madden, they only have 3 wide receivers available to play. In Madden. It's Des Fitzpatrick, who is cut from the team. It's Nick Westbrook-Akina, somehow stayed healthy, good for him. And then there's a third one. There's a third one. Who's the third one? Oh, Golden Tate. So, as you can tell, the Titans are in a real good spot. And they're on bye, and Julio might come back after the bye. So Tannehill will have one person to help him. Still no linebackers, though. Oh, I think Tyre Tart might come off of IR. I don't think they do. No, I don't think they do. They play the Dolphins, who's probably their worst threat from here on out. They just got to beat the Jags and the Texans and... Man, that Steelers game's gonna be awful if the Titans are... Oh no, just... Man. Speaking of the Steelers, Bengals, go. The Bengals killed the Steelers so bad, Big Ben finally decided it might be time to retire. Have they played? Is it their second time playing this season? Oh, yeah, because they lost to Jeff Driscoll? I remember that game. Even I didn't predict the Bengals to win that game, and I predicted the football team, who were one-win team at the time, to beat the Steelers. I would like it to be known, I'll say this the day I die, in that season, I predicted the football team's upswing. Psychic. I wish I were psychic, because then maybe I can forget this game. It was the Falcons Jaguars, and it was pretty much just Cordell Patterson against the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence is bad. Bad. Cordell Patterson just did whatever he wanted, and that's all that matters. Nothing else matters in this game. It's been one season. He's also being coached by Urban Meyer. Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves. He'll probably go coach Notre Dame or something. They really? I didn't see that. It's weird because I'm a Notre Dame fan. How did I not see that? Huh. Has Oklahoma hired a new coach yet? Maybe he'll go there and ruin that program. Kind of like how Denver ruined the Chargers' hopes of ever beating a bad team. Go ahead. Yeah, you're the Chargers guy here. You're obligated to always talk when the Chargers lose to a bad team. Pick 6. Hey, but they got the 13 points. Anything that could have gone wrong for that Chargers team pretty much did. I don't understand the Chargers. Like, I don't know what they are. What are you? Please, be consistent for one damn week of your life, San Diego. I mean, LA, but you're playing like you're still in San Diego. Whoa, 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 that's a little bit of a stretch. They never play defense. Don't ever say that. I don't think I've watched... Alright, this has gone from a, they didn't play defense against the Steelers. They didn't play defense against the Vikings. They didn't play defense against the Eagles. They didn't play defense against the Patriots. And what was that score? Oh, congrats. Man, he sucks. Actually, he's not going anywhere. He's... Speaking of teams that are in trouble, we have the Rams and the Packers. The Rams are somehow on a longer losing streak than the Titans. Yeah, I don't... Odell Beckham caught a touchdown pass. Round of applause for him, everyone. Yeah, I don't understand. The Rams built a super team. They signed all these big names. They traded for Von Miller, and then they got worse. They haven't won a game since trading for Von Miller, and that's not like. Nevertheless, signing Odell Beckham Jr. They're down bad, and I believe that. I mean, he's pretty... Okay, so Von Miller's pretty good at the start of the season. OBJ literally ran a streak and they forgot to cover it. But... Yeah, that'll happen though sometimes, you know? I mean, the best blocker against Aaron Donald is Leonard Floyd. So... The Packers didn't really have to do much from this game. The score was closer than I feel like the game was. Because this kind of always felt like the Packers were in control. And that'll happen. Yeah, we don't know what the Rams are. I have more trust in the football team than the Rams, because at least I know what the football team are. Hey, that is something I'm going to say. The one team that in the playoffs right now, that I am confident in what they are, is the Washington football team. What they are is, I would say sewage, but that's more FedEx Field. And really, FedEx Field tries to really show what that organization is all about with the pipes bursting all the time. I know we're not there yet, but whatever. Vikings Niners. We'll talk about this quickly. Kirk Cousins lined up under guard Lamau. Deebo Samuel, best running back in league. Dalvin Cook. How did that injury look, by the way? Is he done for the season? He's definitely done for the season, but, like, what was it? Kirk Cousins threw a pick, which he hadn't done that much, I believe. He threw a pick, right? I'm not making that up. He did throw a pick. The Niners just won. It turns out that George Kittle's actually very important to that team. And when he's not on the field, they lose a lot. But when he is, they win. And Debo, and he's like, hey, you see that Debo guy over there? He's really good at football, but like, no one cares because Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback. And they're like, what? So they hand him the ball instead of throwing it to him. You can't throw a pick if you just hand it to the receiver. The Titans should maybe try that out. I don't want to mention this game ever happening. Luckily, this is a game you have to talk about. The Browns and the Ravens. Just like Kareem Hunt's dad. I was just waiting for you to say something, and then it was lined up. There, and I said, and that was the perfect time. John Johnson had a pick. Mark Andrews just either lets the other team have a pick or catches the ball down the field. Or he'll like that doesn't mean he's gonna catch it. It's that or he's gonna give it to the defense. I feel like he did that again this week. Is that the third time this season I think he's given the other team a pick? I think so. Man, I'm sure glad I stopped watching this game. You remember when the Browns and the Ravens had that poop game last season? That was phenomenal. This is like the opposite of that. Instead of like going to the locker room to poop, just riot on the field. Like the Washington football team's stadium, FedEx Field. You might think 17-15, that's not entertaining. It was actually a pretty solid game. It wasn't like anything like, oh my god, but you know. Chef Russ, I feel like, is trying to make banquet meals and calling it a dinner at this point. He's just not throwing to DK Metcalf, which I think is funny. Tyler Lockett. I'm better than that, nerd. He says with a finger facing the other direction. Wilson, I don't think is definitely wasn't ready to come back. I don't think he's still not ready, and I think it might just be for the best that you just let him sit for a little bit. You're done, Seattle. Yeah, you're not going to want Kareem Hunt's dad posting about Russell Wilson. That's ridiculous, by the way, that two Browns fathers has posted garbage about Baker Mayfield when he's literally dying on the field. Ankle injury, shoulder injury, wrist injury. They're just letting him play. You know what? For the own like for the safety of Baker Mayfield, I think like Wyatt Teller should accidentally just fall on him. Just make him hurt. If he's so hurt he can't play anymore, it's for the best. Like a healthy. All right. Tyler Haneke was pretty good. Uh, you gotta love it when a fullback loses you the game because he doesn't line up properly on an onside kick. They almost got another one too. What else happened in that game? Yeah, maybe. Antonio Gibson was pretty good. Uh, Rookie receiver on the football team, Dammy Brown. He was. I think that's something. Yeah, he was. No, Carter. Was it Carter? It was DeAndre Carter. DeAndre Carter is really good. Yeah, but DeAndre Carter's the one I'm thinking of. Logan Thomas was back, and all right. Terry McLaurin wasn't too involved. I think he had one big play, and that was pretty much the end of Terry McLaurin. Yeah, touchdown, Leach. God damn it! Why does no one on my team get in the end zone? I feel like I get like one touchdown a week at this point, and I get as many injuries per week as I do touchdowns, and that's not a statistic you want. Like Darrell Henderson might not play, and who's gonna replace him if he doesn't? I don't bloody know. Devin Singletary? Like that's where I'm at in my life. Thank God that. Yeah. I'm Taylor Heineke is my starting quarterback this week. That's where I am in my life. Oh, I forgot about the Aaron Rodgers injury when I was mentioning all my stuff, or the COVID thing. Anyway, Cowboys Saints. You want to talk about this? I didn't really watch any of this game. I watched the first quarter, decided this is gonna be awful, and then stopped after the Michael Gallup touchdown. It was rough. Taysom Hill's hurt, so Trevor Simeon's back in, or Ian Book, or whoever the fuck. So we'll see how that goes. Uh, Not by like a lack of talent, just the injury gods have struck upon them, and the Titans. I think they got confused. Yeah, they were like A, B, P, tackers. That's what they are. Alright, now we're on to Players of the Week. For the NFC, this is Greg's Players of the Week. This is a new segment, kind of new segment. We've done it for a few weeks now. I think we started it before the Ravens-Dolphins game, I feel like. That was after when I did this for the first time. I think I gave it to Tua, actually. But for offense, on the NFC, I gave it to Leonard Fournette because he had 4 touchdowns. Not because I think he was necessarily spectacular, even though people say he is because stats. But, yeah. And then AFC offensive player, How have I forgotten this already? God. Joe Mixon. Man, I've been live way too much today. I even posted a video. Granted, it was any clockers too, but no, it's not because I used whatever. And then defensive players for the AFC, I have John Franklin Myers, not Patrick Surtain. I know, shocker. And then AFC, I have Rasul Douglas. Was that one? Cool. Yeah, I've lost it. There's nothing left up there. Have I even done my pick'em yet entirely? I'm not sure. I don't. Here, let's check right now. This is so Scott. I am so out of it. Good thing that Gavin broke a PlayStation, so we can't play Rocket League. Oh god, no. God damn it, I shouldn't have said anything. Anyway, alright. So, first off, we have Giants Dolphins. I almost called them the Damphins, and I was like, that's not their name. I have the Dolphins, personally. I have the Dolphins. Yeah, I just think Tua's been really hot. Not sexually recently. And no, Gavin. This is the wrong type of podcast. Speaking of things that are hot, but the opposite, the Colts Texans. The Colts are, I think they're going to win this game, but I hope they don't. That'd be great if they didn't. Vikings, Lions. I've given up on picking the Lions to win games, even though the Vikings don't even know how to line up under the center. I have the Vikings. You always think they might have a chance, though, and that's what's really entertaining about the Lions. That's terrifying by the fact that they're they're 0-10-1 and they could still possibly make the playoffs. Man, wild. With a record of 6-10-1. You know, the team keeping them out right now is the football team. Football team wins 2 more games, they're out. Whatever butt fuck of teams are in the NFC wildcard race. Every team, the Vikings, I think, are in there. Vikings. Eagles, Jets. Is it wild that I think the Jets might win this game? Yes, it is. I have the Eagles just because Darius Slay and Zach Wilson's going to throw picks to Darius Slay. That's pretty much the only reason I just switched my pick last seconds, because Darius Slay popped in my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, Zach Wilson loves throwing picks. Oh, the NFC sucks. Speaking of the NFC, the Niners and then the Seahawks, the Birds. I have the Niners. The Seahawks just suck. They don't play defense. They don't play offense. They don't kick the ball good. What do? And the Niners are hot, and that's all that matters. Cardinals, Bears, even without Murray. I don't know when the hell he's coming back, but Cardinals. Chargers, Bengals. Yeah, that makes sense. Bucks, Falcons. No problem? Did I say something wrong? Did I stutter? Oh, could the Falcons possibly win this game? It would be really funny if they did, though, Gavin. Remember when I said... Hey, Gavin, I would just like to say, the last 2 times I jokingly picked another team to beat the Buccaneers, it was the Saints and the football team. Alright, you heard it here first. Gavin Modrizzle thinks that the Atlanta Falcons are a better football team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he is converting his fandom to the Atlanta Falcons. Live on air. Clip it. Oh, he's a closet Chargers fan. Speaking of being a closet fan of someone, the football team writers, I actually this is the hardest game for me this week. Unironically. I think I have the football team, though. Penalty. Flag. Oh, the coin said the Raiders are winning. Raiders. The coin said the Raiders are winning this week. Raiders. Rams, Jaguars. If you lose to the Jaguars, LA, just cut everyone. Oh, yeah, Eagles all the way then. Minshew mania. He's back in action, baby. Oh, fuck yeah. On the Jaguars after... This will be a blowout. Jalen Reagor's gonna learn how to catch a damn football. I forgot to mention that in the game that Jalen Reagor dropped 2 game-winning touchdown passes. Or game-tying, I guess. I'm assuming you picked the Rams. Over the Jaguars? Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Is there an option for C, none of the above? The Ravens, I think. Question mark. Denver. Dude. He ate a Pittsburgher. See, it's the real COVID vaccine. And since he's from Wisconsin, he had cheese curds and a Pittsburgher. This is what happens when you give a Chatmendy that's been streaming for 8 hours, watch Naruto float in a body of water for an hour, did a rebuild which required me using brain power, played 2 competitive games of Madden back to back. Oh, there's nothing left up there. Speaking of nothing left up there, Broncos, Chiefs. Broncos, because it'd be funny. Yeah, that'd be. The Ravens or Steelers, as if that's not gonna happen. Well, I guess neither of them could lose. It is very possible that neither of them lose, and they just decide, screw it. They'll get fair simmed. Arrow fair sim. No, get that Raiders fan at the coin and have him flip it. Buffalo, New England. I don't know. New England, I guess. That's fair enough. And Thursday night, Steelers, Vikings. Thursday night football, Vikings, maybe? No, Steelers. No, Vikings. Yeah, at least the Titans get to play the Jaguars next week. Not that they're probably going to win. They'll definitely lose. When is that coming up by, like, Christmas? I know this is completely unrelated, but my girlfriend said she didn't want to see the Spider-Man movie, so we can go do that, I guess. Well, by that point, Spider-Man spoilers will be all over the internet. See it anyway, like, even if we see it beforehand. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to end this thing. Sorry for... I'm not sorry.